Welcome to another edition of Baba TV Every Time Fire. And it's my absolute honor and privilege whenever I am blessed to have this mighty elder, follower of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, a brother who sat in the classroom, in the mosque with Malcolm X. This is no lightweight here on Baba TV today. Been with Malcolm X. We don't have to read about what he said. We got a living testimony right here from the streets of New York City, Harlem, which is our Mecca. None other than Melchizedek, Supreme, SHABAZZ Allah, Universal, High Priest of the Nation of Islam on earth and in the universe. Melchizedek, talk to the people. Talk to the people, Mel. We live.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm going to take this mask off because it's getting kind of hot.
That's a bad mask right there. Go ahead, Mel.
Assalamu alaikum. I be Melchizedek, Supreme, SHABAZZ Allah, Universal High Priest of the Nation of Islam and a representative of the Nation of Islam, locally, nationally, internationally, and universally. And it's a pleasure to be on Baba TV Every Time Fire because he's been interviewing me for over 10 years now. So anytime you want to know the interviews that I do, all you got to do is go to Baba TV Every Time Fire. I want to give a shout out to my family, the Gods and Earths, also Infinite Allah School in Mecca, Land SHABAZZ Show. All these channels I'm calling, they have all wisdom and teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad on there. But my main one is Baba TV Every Time Fire. Okay. We have the 5% channel. We have Malika Khadija SHABAZZ, Lord Graceful Malika Allah. I think I said Shah Allah SHABAZZ. Okay. And also one more. I got one more. Rough Child, the one that do the crowns. But anyway, all praise is due to Allah, who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad, the only God. There is no other. He's the one that brings about all universal changes in the universe and on earth. And I also bear witness to his divine messenger of Allah, which is the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So to my brothers and sisters, north, west, east, and south, I got one foot on land and one foot on the sea, and I'm going to bring to you the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, word for word, right and exact, no adding to it, no taking away from it. Because when you try to add or take away, then the universal force and power withdraw itself. And when you're supposed to be effective, you become ineffective, and you lose your concentration and your meditation, okay, of what you're supposed to present to the people. So always stay focused on what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, word for word, right and exact. Don't add to it. Don't take away from it. Because keep in mind, he was the one that was taught by Almighty God Allah, who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. He and he only. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, Baba, let's roll.
Yes, sir. Melchizedek, I've been really itching to what's your take on the coronavirus and this outbreak, and give us some guidance on that, sir.
Okay. I have a blockage there. Somebody's trying to call in, but I'm not going to answer it. Okay, there we go. Now, when it comes to the coronavirus, let's face reality. It's a divine force, a divine destructive force, okay, that took place, all right, from the universal force and power, all right. Now, as you know, the whole world was shut down, okay. The holy city of Mecca, where millions be out there praying, was deserted, shut down, okay. Medina shut down. Disney World shut down. Las Vegas shut down. The whole movie world was shut down. The whole musical world was shut down. The whole sports world shut down. The whole religious world shut down. The whole world was shut down. And no force and power can shut down the world but the universal force and power that's controlled by the universal most high God who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. Okay, now some people use different, he has 99 attributes. So whichever attribute you choose to use to describe or to identify the universal most high God, keep in mind it takes 99 attributes to make up the one attribute, which is Allah. Okay? Now, and when the Mecca, which is supposed to be the seat of Islam, the only thing that was standing after everything was evacuated, deserted, the only thing that was standing in the area of the holy city of Mecca was the black stone. And the reason why the black stone was the only thing that was standing, because the black stone represents the black stone represents the universal tribe of SHABAZZ, which is the choice of Almighty God Allah. Okay, and the universal tribe of SHABAZZ is in the wilderness of North America, known as the so-called Negro. That was that title that was given to them by the slave masters or slave traders that brought them here. Okay, universal SHABAZZ Allah is the lost found nation of Islam in America. That is the original SHABAZZ Allah, and that tribe is connected directly with the universal most high God who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. Okay, now, so the only force that can shut down the whole world, and we must face this reality and stop trying to get around it or not identify it or try to like it doesn't exist. The only force that can shut down the whole world is the universal force and power that is controlled by the universal most high God who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. Understand that, and there's no other questions about that. It is what it is, whether you accept it or not. And what makes that force so deadly and so destructive, you can't see it, but yet it's very destructive. Okay, you can't see it, but you can definitely be destroyed by it. You understand? Because it's an fine mist that the naked eye can hardly detect. Okay, that's what took place with the understanding, and that's what took place, and that's the reason why Corona was so deadly, so destructive, because it was brought about by the universal force and power, okay, that's controlled by the universal most high God who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. Don't go for that fairy tale about a bat in China, a Japan, or this, or that, or the other. Nothing takes place in this universe without the permission of Allah. Nothing takes place in this universe unless it's permission by Almighty God Allah, who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. Peace. Let's go, Baba. What's next?
I want to talk about our beloved brother George Floyd. talk about Brother George Floyd and what's going on.
Okay, our brother George Floyd. That was the name that was the name on earth. But his universal name is Shabazz Allah. So that was George Floyd Shabazz Allah. And the reason why I can say Shabazz Allah, because he's a member of the Lost Foundation of Islam in North America. And all those Lost Found, the whole nation of Islam in North America, okay, is the tribe of Shabazz. That was George Floyd Shabazz Allah. Now, that situation took place, and to show you how powerful of that situation was, and how it affected, even though it was brought about by a uncontrollable, envious, jealous, bitter, hatred individual known as a police, okay, it triggered the whole world. It affected the whole world to the point where the whole world became 100% dissatisfied. And it, like the most honorable Elijah Muhammad taught for 44 years, that 100% dissatisfaction brings about change. Okay? Even though that was a bad situation, but what comes out of that bad situation, okay, is ushered in the new, what they call the New World Order. Right now, the government, the world, is trying to rewrite the policies, reorganize, reinstitute new program, change this, change that, take this out, take that out. Yet they have no choice because they see that their world is on the edge of complete destruction. So in order to try to prevent that immediately today, they have to do what? Reorganize new policies, new regulations, new programs. In other words, they have to now accommodate the needs of the people. Because if they don't accommodate the needs of the people, there will be no world at all. Okay? And what made that demonstration all over the world, what made it so successful? Yes, I say successful because there was no leaders. No leaders. The people, the grassroots, reacted on their own out of frustration, out of want, out of not having, being rejected, being disrespected, rejected, means and demands never being met. All so-called leaders and officials never addressed their needs. They ignored their needs and so forth. And this is what brought them to the point where enough is enough. Okay. But what made it successful? Learn from that. There were no leaders. No leaders. Those were the people coming together on their own, showing and proving that all the people need is unity amongst themselves without leaders. Because most of the time, leaders comes in with a bucket of water to water down the reality of what's taking place, because they because they go along to get along and accept a buttered biscuit with a cup of tea. Okay, and when you accept a buttered biscuit with a cup of tea, it's not about the people. It's about you going along with the system because you're worrying about your own personal livelihood. You understand what I'm trying to say? And you put your personal livelihood and your personal needs in front of the masses of the people, and that's the reason why you never are effective. Okay, so I agree with the protester, and it's going on. It's not going to stop. It's going to continue. And Corona is going to continue too. That's not going nowhere either. Now it might come back around. They might give it another name, but it'll be the same force and power. Okay, the worst is yet to come. Don't think it's over. Don't get relaxed. The worst is yet to come. And what you should do to the people of pay your rent. That's a very important thing. If you have rent to pay it. If you're able to pay it up for a month or two, pay it. If you have a mortgage, pay it. If you're in position to pay your mortgage up a month or two, pay it. Because don't think if this thing simmer down, the landlords and the banks are not going to come at you for the back rent or the mortgage. I know they said about freeze for 3 months and freeze. They told you to freeze. If you're able to pay it, pay it. Don't go along with that freeze thing, because if you don't pay it, then if it lifts, you're going to be 3 months behind plus the present month, which is 4 months. And if you can't have that, if you don't have that, not able to produce that, they will try and push in a foreclosure for your apartment or for your home. Okay, so remember, pay your rent. Okay, and anybody, you don't have no money for contributions, you don't have no money for donations, you don't have no money for charity. Okay, all your contributions, donations, and charity goes for the upkeep of your home and your family, and the upkeep of your house and your family. So remember, charity starts at home first and then spreads abroad. So remember now, pay your rent and pay your mortgage. Because they had a thing here in New York last week where they had a big, the tenants was going out on strike because they didn't have the money for their rent. Okay, it was a big strike. And it's going to be a big thing as you see as we go up the road. Okay? So remember now, that when it comes to the needs of the people, and you know what's right and what you need to do to get results, and you got results. That protesting got results. They heard you. The world heard you, and the world responded to you. That's why you got the support of the world, because you know they knew you was right and exact. Because the same thing that takes place in America, trust me, it takes place all over the world. And that's the reason why the whole world participated in the demonstration that started with George Floyd, SHABAZZ, Allah.
Melchizedek.
Yes, sir.
I was flipping through the news while all this was going on, and I ran across a sister by the name of Tamika Mallory. And what I heard emanating from her spirit and being, I was like, this seemed like Sister Soldier and Harriet Tubman all in one. Did you hear the sister and what she had to say?
Yes, sir. I watched her, oh man, several times, over and over and over. That sister, let me give a shout out to Queen Tamika Mallory. You are the queen mother of civilization. Your mind is so beautiful. And the reason why you can deliver, the reason why you're able to deliver what the people, the inspiration and the motivation and the determination to the people is because you have a free mind. You're not controlled. You're not a robot, and you're not handpicked. Okay? When you are not controlled, you're not handpicked, you're not a robot, you don't need nobody's permission to speak. That's when you can touch the hearts of the people. And you touch my heart. And I be, as you know, MELCHISEDEK, Supreme SHABAZZ, Allah, Universal High Priest of the Nation of Islam on earth and in the universe. And I'll say this to the world. I love you. I respect you. I support you. Keep up the good work, because you are a manifestation of Harriet Tubman, Sister Soldier, and also the Queen, Shahrazad Ali. You are manifesting that same mentality, okay, in this day and time. And I love it and I respect it. Keep it up. And always remember, stay focused, forward ever, backward never. Don't stop until you're on top. When you get on top, you keep it moving. Don't look to the right, don't look to the left, never look behind you. Because everything, your goal, your success, your progress, what the people need is right in front of you. And when you think it's so far, that's when it's so close. To just reach out and touch, because you will be successful in all your undertakings. And remember, you can listen to all ideas, all suggestions, all ideas, all suggestions and opinions, but nobody makes the final decision for you but you, because nobody has the vision. You got the vision. Nobody can see the vision as clearly as you, because the vision is for you. It's not for nobody else. Okay? Love you. Keep up the good work. Now, Shezek Supreme SHABAZZ Allah. Anytime you want to reach out to me, just dial 917-554-4274. 917-554-4274. Feel free to call me at any time. Peace.
Melchizedek, now, talk a little bit about Reverend Al Sharpton. You know, Reverend Al Sharpton been criticized. Not all of our people think the best of Reverend Al Sharpton, but he got out there and did some things. How should we be looking at this?
Now, when it comes to Reverend Al Sharpton, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not too crazy about it, but I always give credit where credit is due. Al Sharpton performance during the Corona was excellent. Al Sharpton was feeding the people in Harlem. In fact, I can't think of another minister that was out there feeding the people on the level as Al Sharpton. There was blocks lined up, not one block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, lined up with people. And Al Sharpton was out there 5-6 days a week, feeding the people, supplying them with the food so they'd be able to servicing the people with the food that he knew that they need. Al Sharpton did an excellent job. And I give respect, like I said before, I give respect to those who earn respect. Al Sharpton, you did a good job. They don't stop now, Al Sharpton. But I don't want to switch up on you now. Don't stop. Keep up that good work. And I also love the way that I'll get to that as I go up. Another good point that you made, Al Sharpton. One reality that you made known. Took you a long time to get there, but you got there. So I got to respect that. Now, also, Al Sharpton, you did a good job at the memorial at George Floyd, SHABAZZ Allah Memorial. Excellent job, okay? And also you did an excellent job at the funeral services that was down in Texas. I saw everything, I watched everything. You did a good job, okay? And what I like about you down in Texas, excellent, excellent. Your delivery was right in accord of what George Floyd had experienced. Your topic was, or your subject was, take your feet off my neck, off our neck. Your feet's on our neck. And the way you put that biblically, you understand, and reality, okay, where it was understood by everybody who heard it. It was felt, it was understood, it was accepted, it was respected, and it carried on the legacy of George Floyd, SHABAZZ Allah. Now, also I like when you spoke about your grandfather, when you went and visit your grandfather in his tomb or the place where he was buried, and you saw the tomb and everything was sharp. And then you came face to face with the reality of the fact that the name Sharpton is your slave master's name, and it represents the plantation that the Sharpton's family was on. And you said you was ashamed or you was embarrassed, and you had enough of the name Sharpton. So being that you feel about that Sharp, because the most honorable Elijah Muhammad taught for 44 years that if you go in the slave master's name, you still belong to the slave master and you are controlled by the slave master. So by you honoring that and accepting the reality of the fact that it's time for you to change that name, Al Sharpton. Okay? Yeah.
All right, Mel. Talk about Sister Shahrazad Ali.
Woo!
I always like to ask you about Sister Shahrazad Ali.
Sister Shahrazad Ali is truly Queen Mother of Civilization. And I also can add on to that, and she actually is the spokesman or representative of the teaching of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad for years, not for days. Sister Shah Holly and I, we go back. Oh, she came back to 1967. Okay, I know her very well. Her husband, everything. In fact, her husband, Suleiman Ali, we were very close. And it was, and for those who don't know, it was Suleiman Ali, the husband or sister, Shahrazad Ali, that made it possible for all you today can have the theology of time. It was Suleiman Ali that came to me with the theology of time in typeset. It wasn't even book form. And all the brothers there know that I'm telling you the truth, because I had the biggest store in Manhattan upholding the publication of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad on Utica Avenue. So all the street people, all the Muslims, all the 5%, everybody came. Because I had everything pertaining to the teaching of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I had stop, okay, on a professional level, okay. So Suleiman Ali happened to meet other brothers that used to come to my store and everything. He met them at a bazaar up in Bed-Stuyvesant, and I think I went to it before. And anyway, whenever he's traveling, he was a jeweler. He was a master jeweler, and he would use his profession of jeweler to keep funds while he's on the road traveling. Well, for the gas, the service of the hotel, or whatever expenses that he had in the course of traveling. And so some brothers out, a lot of brothers that come by me, they were there, and they saw him, and they got into a conversation with him because they saw the Islamic jewelry that he was making. And so they got in conversation. So in the conversation, he said to the young brothers, wow, where y'all getting all this here wisdom from? Because for y'all to be so young, you'll have a lot of wisdom on a high level. So they told him that well, Melchizedek teaches us, and he shares whatever we ask for, and he shared with us. So he said, Melchizedek? They said, yes. They said, well, can I meet Melchizedek or see Melchizedek? They said, sure. He said, what's his location? He said, well, he has a business down on Utica Avenue, okay, and he supplied everything all over the country, all over the country. They come from all over the country to Melchizedek for the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. All of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad's publications, Melchizedek has, and they comes to him, and he supplied them with whatever they need. So they said, well, just a moment. So one of the brothers, Attallah, Supreme, SHABAZZ, Allah, okay? He said, well, let me call him. So Attallah, Supreme, SHABAZZ, Allah, he was like 17 years old when he came to me. Now he's 63 years old and still with me. Devout follower. And it was Attallah, SHABAZZ, Allah that circulated the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad in all the penal institutions, because he was a brother that always end up in incarceration. So whatever penal institution that he would go to, that they would put him in, he would keep in touch with me. And at that time, I was able to mail lessons to him but the lessons was not in book form. It was in Xerox. I said Xerox the lessons, but the supreme wisdom for Master W.G. Prophet Muhammad, which the God Nation called the 120. I was Xeroxing them up by the 100, by the 1,000, and all the brothers that who was locked down, I used to mail the lessons to them. At that time, they would be able to get through, and they were circulated amongst the institution where they were. And then we had brothers who were of the God Nation working as security, as correction officer on Staten on Rikers Island, and I used to load them up, and they would kept the lessons circulated all throughout Rikers Island. Okay, but back to Suleiman. So Suleiman was the one that's responsible for bringing me entrusting me. He said he had been all over the country trying to find someone that would reprint the book for the messenger, because the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't have time because he had got a little under the weather, a little sick, so he went down into Arizona to more or less relax himself and rest. Now I don't know how Suleiman got the book. Okay, he never told me how he got it. I asked him, he said, "Well, brother, I got the book." I don't know if somebody gave it to him. I don't know if he paid for it. I don't know if he just stole it. I don't know. And really, I didn't even care. I had it. And I said, "So why you bring the book to me?" He said, "Because you're the only one, brother, that's qualified." I said, "What makes you?" I said, "You just come in the store. You just meet me for the first time, and you tell me I'm qualified to handle the book, the theology of time." He said, "Well, brother, look here. Look what you got here. I go all over the country. There is no establishment like yours with all of the publications of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad on a professional level like you have here, independent." He said, "You the man, and you are qualified, and I'm leaving it with you. And now what am I supposed to do with it?" He said, "You're supposed to make it available, just like you're making available everything else for the people. Make the theology of time available, just like you do everything else." And so what I did, I went and had copies made of, I had about a half a dozen made down at the big printer where I would just have the lessons printed on 12 John Street. And then when I went to pick them up, I said, "What's the charge?" They told me the charge is it was $45 a book. So as I paid them, I'm making money. I'm getting paid. So I paid them, got the book. Then I came back to the store. And then the brothers who was close to me, I gave them a copy. And then the brother of Muhammad Ali. When you hear the name of Muhammad Ali, you have high respect for that brother, Muhammad Ali, who was the national secretary of the true followers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad in the wilderness of North America. He's the one that set up all the locations for us for the Savior's Day gifts. Savior's Day celebration. Each year we put on our Savior's Day. He made all the arrangements. He took care of all the flyers, the posters, and everything. He was our national, Muhammad Ali, our national secretary of the followers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who were out in the street and wasn't active in what you call the temple. Okay, so he was working in a law firm where they had those high-powered copy machines. Okay, stacks. So he had a beautiful communication with the security guard and so forth. So when everybody leaves, the security guard will let him make copies of the book. And he made copies of the book by the thousands, by the 100,000. And he used to bring them to me. And I said, "Well, brother, it's we can't charge no $45 for no book." I said, "Well, every book you bring me, you got $10. Okay? And I'm gonna let the book go for $25. Because it's not about capitalizing off the book. We want the book out there for the people." And so that's what happened. I circulated the book all over New York. All guards at that time, Bible Centers, Nation of Islam, those in the temple at the time, those outside the temple at the time, they used to come and get the book. Okay, when the word went out that Melchizedek got the theology of time, They came like flies and got the book. That's how the book was preserved. And then the brother down in, he's in Georgia at the time, Sagittarius Mims Publications. Okay, you can go online. Sagittarius Mims Publications. He was the one that put it professionally in book form. So that's the story of the theology of time. So we always give high respect, high recognition to the God, and he was a God, and his name, attribute, is Solomon Ali. Powerful, and he used to teach us. He used to come to this. He used to come to New York once a week, and sometimes once every other week, and come and teach us and take us into the advanced understanding. Because he had the understanding of how to break down lessons, break down them lessons. I mean, where a baby can understand. We loved him, we respect him. Every time he came through, I made sure he had gas money, lunch money, whatever he needed. I made sure he had, and even gave him jewelry and so forth that he can sell in his course of traveling, so that could take care of his expenses. Okay, now that's the husband, the one who taught SHABAZZ Ali. Okay, and you can always tell a tree by the fruit it bears. And SHABAZZ Ali, from that day on, I have utmost respect for her, of love and respect for her. Always did, always will. And when she was speaking on the Starbucks show, and she had to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning, coming from Philadelphia, I would meet her at Amtrak between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning to make sure she was on time for a Starbucks show. Okay, and this is how far back we go. She is a queen mother of civilization, and also, in reality, with no disrespect, she's also the female MGT representative of the Nation of Islam.
Melchizedek, do me a favor. Move the camera over so we can see you a little bit better, brother. Yeah, just like that, because you kind of like in the corner. I'm gonna get you a stand the next time I come to New York. Yeah, right there. I swear I am. I'm gonna get you a stand the next time I come to New York, so you can stand and move it just a little bit over, the other way, Mel. Right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Right there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, what is FOI? The Supreme Wisdom. Now, all the followers of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, who bear witness that there is no God but Allah, who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad and his divine messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, okay, and give your word, that your word is bond is life, and you give your life, for your word shall fail, okay? This is what, just a moment, yeah. Let me show you this, Bob. I'm gonna hold up so you can see it.
Okay.
Can you focus on it?
You gotta move it like in front of like your face. Move it like in front of your face. Back it up a little bit. Back it up towards you. All right, now move it over, Mel, towards your face, like right in the middle of your face. Over. There you go. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir.
You must, it's mandatory that you have the supreme wisdom from Master W.D. Farad Muhammad, lessons that he gave his servant, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, for the Lord's foundation of Islam in America. The reason the Lord's foundation in America, like I said before, is the original Asiatic Black tribe of SHABAZZ. They are the father and the mother of all civilization. All civilization comes from the tribe of SHABAZZ, who is the father and the mother and the god and the goddess of them all. You must have that, okay, in order for you, because that is the foundation of the Nation of Islam. If you don't have that supreme wisdom, you are lacking understanding of the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And you will not be able to grow and elevate to the level of the true and living God that you are if you don't have this, because this is the direction. This is what takes you where you was before, but not there now. But with the supreme wisdom from Almighty God Allah, who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad, it will take you where you were before and where you belong now. And the only way you can get there, you got to have this. Okay? Now, next. It was Master W.D. Farad Muhammad that set up the FOI class. Master W.D. Farad Muhammad was the one that set up the FOI class, okay? Now, every FOI, you see it, Baba?
Yes, sir.
Every FOI is mandatory that you have the FOI training manual from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Nobody can teach you FOI training but the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And the reason why he's able to teach you the FOI training manual, because he received it from Almighty God Allah, who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad, the one who set up the FOI training class. Okay? Now, for the sisters, nobody can teach you how to be an MGT. Nobody has the wisdom to teach you how to be MGT. The only one that can teach you about MGT is the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Okay? It is mandatory. Can you see it, Baba?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is mandatory. Baba, you got to be going to the corner, to the side. Bring it to the middle. Bring my picture to the middle. Can you move it over?
Yeah, you go, Melchizedek. Yeah, you control that. You control it.
It's mandatory that every MGT have the manual. What is the woman in Islam? What is the duty of the MGT and GCC? It's mandatory that you have that. Can't nobody, no captain, no lieutenant, nobody can teach you that. How to be an MGT, GCC, mother of civilization. The only one that's qualified to teach you that is the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, who was taught by Almighty God Allah, who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. Okay? Because it was Master W.D. Farad Muhammad himself that set up the MGT GCC class, and everybody knows that. So I don't see why you have a problem with that, with not keeping that available for all the FOIs and the MGT. Now the books are available. They're available. You can go on the website. Always tune in on my website. Universal Supreme SHABAZZ.com. Universal Supreme SHABAZZ.com. If you want to call me, the number is 917-554-4274. 917-554-4274. Okay, feel free to call me anytime. Now, and back to Tamika and Shahraz Ali. Also, I'm going to give a shout out to Sister Soldier. Y'all doing an excellent job. I am so proud of you. So proud of you. And every MGT out there, or every woman in general out there, you should take on the mindset of a Sister Soldier and Tamika Mowley, and also queen mother of civilization, SHABAZZ Ali. Take on their mindset. And all you different religious leaders or Christian preachers that have space, you should have these type Tamika Mali and SHABAZZ Ali. You should have a evening where they can come in and teach the females in your congregation, because you got all that empty space just sitting there. The only time the seats is still half full or partly filled is on a Sunday. Okay, so during the week you should have it where these type of sisters can come in and teach the female congregation the greatness of themselves, of being a black woman. You understand? A black woman in the world of North America, and their duties and their respect and their principles and their morals, and then they wouldn't be coming into your church or places of worship with pastel colored wigs and miniskirts, okay? Because that's not a religious attire. Pastel wigs, miniskirts is not an attire. And I can't understand why all you sisters who have beautiful hair cut your hair off, go buy hair, and then go pay somebody to sew it in. When you got hair, you got a beautiful set of hair. Your hair is is like satin silk, and if you let it grow and treat it right, when you stoop down to pick up roses in the garden, your hair touched the ground, okay? Because your hair is your beauty. Okay, and all you black women are queen mother of civilization. What you see now in the world of North America, you were made in America. That's why you hear me say made in America. That's not you. You came here as a righteous black queen, a righteous original Asiatic black queen, righteous. Okay, and your hair was beautiful. You were the beautiful person in this world is the black woman of America. And that's why we also, like I hear most of y'all out there say, we should love her, we should respect her, we should protect her. Now you say we should love her, you say we should protect her, we should love her. You say, all you brothers out there who bear witness, and you make it known that we should love the black woman, respect the black woman, and protect the black woman. Now I'm going to say to all you brothers, why don't you marry the black woman? Marry her. If you know you're responsible for her, okay, and you know you love her, you know you respect her, and you know and know you protect her, then next step is marry her and stop playing. Okay? Okay. What's next, Bob?
Melchizedek, I just wanted to give my condolences to the family of Minister Abdul Hafiz Muhammad of Mosque number 7. And I was very, very hurt to hear the news. And I used to see him all the time when I came to Harlem and stuff, long time minister of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and I just wanted to add that part in about our brother Minister Abdul Hafiz Muhammad.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Brother Minister Abdul Hafiz Muhammad, I knew him at a young age. He was a 5%er. In fact, a lot of y'all don't know. I'll make it known because a lot of things I don't speak on it all the time. His first universal flag he got from me at a young age. Okay, we had a very close relationship. Okay, a lot of people thought we was at war with each other. That's because you look at the outside, but you don't have the understanding of the inside. Okay, Minister Hafiz, who went home because of Corona.
Mm-hmm. Turn your camera a little bit, Mel. We want to see you. Yes, sir. Right there. Right there.
Minister Hafiz, it wasn't just Corona that sent him home. He also was depressed and stressed. Because he always was under constant. I'm telling you how he related to me. Stress and a lot of times, and the believers will know that he was very emotional, that he would cry. He would shed tears. Yes, he did. Okay. Right there in front of the believers. He would shed tears because of what he had to deal with. You see, when you allow yourself to accept everything to yourself, even things that you know is not good for you, then it will make you stressed and depressed. Okay. He was under pressure. I'm not going to go into all them details because I don't want nobody saying, well, Melchizedek, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that. But he was depressed, distressed, depressed, and emotional. He's highly emotional, and he used to cry. Okay. And he did a good job under the circumstance. He did a good job the best he could being in that type of situation. I was trying to reach out to his wife, Barbara. I searched out We Found Wife, but I couldn't get his wife's telephone number, her number. I had his number, but when I called his number, naturally I just got a voicemail. But I could never get his wife's number. And all the people I reached out to, they never got back to me with the number, okay? Because I wanted to find out if all of his unpaid expenses was being taken care of by headquarters. I don't know if it was. I have no actual facts. I don't know if it was or not. But the right thing to do was to check with his wife and see if all of his whatever unpaid expenses he had pending, that it was Chicago's responsibility to take care of that, clear whatever bills, the mortgage, the bills, whatever, clear everything. Okay, then she would be able to go from there. And the reason why I can say this out of love and respect for Minister Abdul Hafiz Muhammad is because I know the service and the work he did for years, okay, that he served under this for the services for headquarters. Okay, spiritually, mentally, and financially, he did a job. He did a good job. So and I always will have love and respect for him. But I always let y'all know, it's not about the outside. When you see me the outside with different individuals, don't go by the outside. It's not about the outside in, it's the inside out. Yeah, so we love him, we respect him, we miss him, okay, and we miss him. And see, and if anybody's on a guilt trip, it's because you didn't do right by him. That's it.
All right, now we have the 4th of July, Independence Day, coming up. Talk about Independence Day, Melchizedek.
Okay. Oh, July 4th is Independence Day. Almighty God Allah, in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad, who came 9,000 miles to the wilderness of North America to see his uncle and his aunt, and bring them back into the universal, divine, supreme knowledge, wisdom, understanding that rightly belongs to them. His first appearance was 1910. 1910, because a lot of people say, well, Melchizedek, was he with Muhammad Ali? Did he know Muhammad Ali? He was in and out from 1910. So whenever there was big conferences and gatherings dealing with knowledge, wisdom, understanding, I'm quite sure Noble Ali, Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Master Quran Muhammad, Daddy Grace, Father Divine, Prophet Jones, Mother Foot, the one of the Jehovah's Witness organization. They all were in big congregations. Everybody was there, and wisdom being presented for everybody. So whatever each individual understood and thought that was best for himself, he took that part, that slice that he wanted for himself, and then they all went in different directions and did what they did according to their understanding. Now, but Independence Day means you are independent. Not independent to sit down and do nothing. Independent to build a nation. Okay? And that's what the messenger did. Okay? Build a nation. Don't talk about it. Build it. Okay? Wait, in what way? Put up schools like the messenger did. You put up temples, schools, daycare centers, educational centers, senior citizen centers, supermarket. Supermarket is very important. More so important than a restaurant. Because all restaurants do, the sisters and brothers, they go there, get a bowl of soup, sit there for 2 or 3 hours on one bowl of soup. Hey, that's not big business. A supermarket accommodates the whole community. And the supermarket would always be successful because all of the believers of the nation will patronize the supermarket, and also the lost found people of the community. So the supermarket will be so successful that you can set supermarkets in all these other communities, just like these supermarkets is being set by your slave master. Okay, independent. If you're not about if you don't have an agenda, if you don't have an economical program, if you don't have a progress report, and if you don't have a financial report, then you don't know nothing about economics. You don't know nothing about economics because you got to have those 4 in place in order to be successful in economics. And when you have those in place, you will have the support of the people, and then the economical program will be successful. Because why? Because the people will see an agenda, they will see an economical program, they will see a progress report and a financial report. This is what made the messenger so successful. With the supermarket, the salon restaurant, the bank, of the apartment building, the farmland, the tractor trailers. I mean, y'all out there, y'all know this. He put up the you have the accomplishments of the Muslim magazine. And also all y'all who out there watching, go listen to the tape, 1974. Bobby, we going out.
We good. I can see you.
But it's going out. Can you see me?
Yes, sir.
I can't see you.
You can't?
No, it's saying update. It's blank.
Keep on going, Mel. I can see you and hear you. Keep teaching.
Okay, but so it's and the bank and the farmland and apartment buildings, houses, everything. The whole complete, the airplane, the newspaper plant, the can factory, all the programs that the messenger set up and left running. You can see all this yourself on Savior's Day 1974. Go watch Savior's Day 1974, and then ask yourself, how come 45 years later it is not there? Ask yourself that question. Okay. Now, during the coronavirus, everybody was home. All the mosques, all the temples, all the churches, everything was shut down. Okay, and you survived. You came together. Okay, the sisters was back in the kitchen cooking where they're supposed to be and should always be. You was cooking your own wholesome food for your family. You was cooking, preparing good food for your children. The corona put you back in the kitchen where you belong and should have stayed there and never left, because all McDonald's was doing, all these fast changes was doing, was poisoning you and your family with the steroids and the vaccine and all the stuff that they put in there. So so the July 4th represents complete independence of a nation in the sense of building a nation for yourself under the heading of food, clothing, shelter, transportation, vacation. You understand what I'm trying to say? The needs of the community. And we are in position to do that because all the rich, the so-called rich and famous, they have the money and they should go in their community, like I spoke on before, and build up your community. Don't say, well, we're going to clean up the community. No, you don't have to clean it up. Just build it up and it'll be clean. You understand what I'm trying to say? And you know the needs of the community. You know the community needs daycare center. And everywhere there's a church, everywhere there's a mosque, everywhere there's a temple. Wherever it should be what? Daycare centers, educational centers, recreational centers, schools, libraries, you understand? Affordable houses, shelter for the homeless, okay? All the needs of the community should be there, and you have the money to do that from the donations, charity, and contributions that's in the bank, in the slave master's bank, and by you not utilizing it to build up the community, the communities, then what happens? The slave master lends it to the builders, the contractors. They build up condos. They build up all these apartment buildings all over the country, okay? And the expense to live there is so high, the people whose money built it can't move in it because they can't afford it, okay? Can you still hear me, Baba?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay. So this is the reason for independence. Independence is about building a nation. If it's not about building, I should say, building a nation and carrying into practice the economical program that the messenger set up, not just in Chicago, in New York, in Georgia, in Washington, in California. Anywhere there is a temple, do this, or Mars, do the same thing in your area that the messenger did in Chicago and left running. Do that in your area and you will be successful. And the only way you can be successful, you have to keep the money in your area to establish the economical program and build up the needs for and demands for that community that will service the people.
Melchizedek?
Yes, sir.
This was a very beautiful live stream. Don't tell me Melchizedek can't come down on a live stream. Was this your first live stream, sir?
Well, brother, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is my first live stream, and I was invited, okay, on this live stream by Baba TV Every Time Fire.
That's
and
right.
To let y'all know, Baba TV and I go back over 10 years. You go on Baba TV Every Time Fire. You see all the interviews that I did on his channel, and I have the utmost respect for him. He called me. Oh, one more thing, all you brothers and sisters.
Back the camera up, Mel. There we go.
All you brothers and sisters that called in and reached out to me concerning my health and well-being. With Mel, you all right? We know it's a big virus out here. Are you all right? I'm calling in, checking on you. Are you good? Because you know you're the elder and we worry about you. You're very valuable to us. All of y'all that called in and wished the best for me, I have love and respect for all of y'all. And I'm going to tell y'all this. You say, well, Melchizedek, what was you doing? I was out here feeding the people. I was getting so much food that I had to go to my storage and supply them with food. I go to the auto zone, of course, where all them brothers be out there fixing cars, supply them with food. And this big complex where I'm at, I supply them with food. Okay? I had so much food, I was just giving it to everybody. Even my printer, I took him loads of food. But they said, well, Joe, they call me OG. They said, OG, wow, where you getting all that? I said, don't worry about where it's getting it from. But I always have connections. And when you're doing the right thing, people gonna always support you and make sure you have everything you need. I was delivering food. I wasn't home just reading the Bible in the Quran. okay, on the prayer room. I was out there amongst the people, feeding the people, okay? And they call me OG. Everybody called me, my whole community called me, OG, we love you, thank you, thank you. We never thought, some brother said, as fly as you be, we didn't think you'd be out here giving out food. I said, brother, don't go by the outside, always go by the inside, okay? And so that was a beautiful thing. And I thank you. Oh, and another thing, during the whole corona, all you brothers and sisters, I thank you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, your support. Baba, I was mailing them Supreme Wisdom books, the FOI training manual, the cookbook, all the publication of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad that we have. I would mail them all over the country, all over the country. So all those who don't get, who haven't ordered theirs, don't wait. Get it, because it's not going to always be like that. You understand? It's like that now, but it's not going to always be like that. So all you brothers and sisters who got your Supreme Wisdom, FOI training manual, the cookbook, the Woman in Islam, What to Do to the MGT, GCC, the Supreme Guide to the Ministry, the Accomplishment of the Muslim, all those publications that you patented and got for those whole 3 months of the corona. Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Now, you know, everything was shut down in New York. Only thing was open was the post office, the pharmacies, and the supermarket. So now the printers, we back up running again. So we're going to continue and keep everything available for the Lost Foundation of Islam in America and all over the world. Okay. Now, and those of y'all who doesn't have it, always feel free to go to the website and make print out copy of everything. Universal, Supreme, SHABAZZALlah.com. Universal, Supreme, SHABAZZALlah.com. Phone number 917-554-4274. Now also I gotta give a shout out to Queen Angela. Queen Angela is receiving her doctor's degree in real estate. She came out 100% student of the honor roll, okay? All A's. She's out there in Ohio. Queen Angela, we wish you the best. And she's into real estate, building houses and selling houses, building houses, buying houses, and selling houses, okay? So anyway, now all y'all out there, nothing personal. I love you. I respect you. I do what I can for you. My mission is to keep these teachings available. This is what I do. And I've been doing this for over 60 years. Over 60 years I've been doing it. Okay, and at this point in life, I'm in the best of health. No medical problem at all. No
85,
medication at all. 85 years old with no medical problems, no medication, no walker, no wheelchair, and no mobile. I am fine and can run faster than most of y'all out there, okay? And the key to this is no meat. Take a quart of prune juice, clean out your system. Drink the whole quart and clean out your system. No meat at all, no meat, okay? Now, if you have to substitute, you have a little fish. Not every day, every other day. It's not what you want to do, it's what's best for you, okay? Because as you move on in life, the body changes and you have to change with it. And if you don't change with it, you're gonna bring about unnecessary medical problems, okay? All right? And when you go into the vegetarian with your fruits, your vegetables, your juices, and no coffee, herb tea, bean soup, lentil soup, vegetable soup, whole wheat bread, brown rice, brown sugar. Do the right thing for yourself. And the Muslim cookbook, we have more of those within another week. We should have some more of those cookbooks. Every MGT out there, if you don't have the cookbook from a Queen Lana Shabazz, the Messenger's personal cook for 15 years, and the personal cook for Muhammad Ali for 15 years, if you don't have that book, you don't know how to cook. You're just burning food, okay? Get the book. because you are responsible for the health of your husband and your children, or your wife and your children. And that cookbook will keep you alive with the best of health continuously, because it gives you all the foods to eat, all the food not to eat. And it gives you the recipes of how to prepare the food properly for your good health. So it was a pleasure. I love y'all. I respect y'all. If I have any kind of shortcoming that you feel I might have, I'm here to say it wasn't intentional, but I deal with so much. So sometimes I might make a little error here or there, but it's nothing intentional, because it doesn't stop me for what my mission is for me to do. I've been on this mission for over 60 years, and I never fell victim, because I stayed focused. I did the forward ever, backward never. I didn't stop. So I was on top. When I got on top, I kept it moving. And what motivated me and kept me going was my faith and my belief that Almighty God Allah came to person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad and his divine message, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I never changed his teaching. I only repeat what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad teach. Okay? Because always remember, the only one that tried to change the word of God is Satan. Never forget that. Love you. Take care of yourself. It's a pleasure. I'll be back on. I ain't going nowhere. If you check the histories and the prophecies, Melchizedek always lived and he never died. Salam alaikum.
Melchizedek, I just want to say, the brother, and he is correct, Brother Harlem World made a comment. I will be putting my brother Melchizedek's, all his links in the description. This video is going to remain up on my channel. And so all to the family, all of his contact information, I will be putting in the description as soon as the broadcast ends. And you're absolutely right, brother. I need to do that, and I will do that. So with that being said, Melchizedek, I want you to check out some of the comments before we go. Can you see now? Watch, I'm getting ready to put a comment across the screen. Can you see that?
No, it's blank.
No, right there, right across. Okay, well, when we get done and you go over the video, you'll be able to see, because what I'm doing is posting the people's comments on the front of the screen. You'll be able to see it when you go back and look at the video. And
see now what I have, they have update of Bobby, and it's just it's blank. It's no picture at all.
One brother, the Bamboo King said, 85 years young, alive and well. Can't you tell?
Yeah, read the comments to me. Read them.
All right. One brother said, it's so many, Mel. You done filled up my whole chat room. We do love you, brother Melchizedek, Supreme, Shabazz Allah. That's from Black Guerrilla Army. And thank you for your donation, brother. Supreme, shout out to Supreme Chief Holiday. He's OG, we love you. Legends never die. Then the sisters are on here. Melchizedek, peace. Melchizedek, Shabazz Allah. It's just a whole lot. You have to go back and look, Melchizedek. It's so many comments from the people, and they all really love Brother Melchizedek, as I do, as we all do. And I'm just thankful that Brother Melchizedek came down on the live stream. He came down on the live stream, and this is going to be an ongoing thing when I don't come to New York City, because I'm still coming to New York City. But he can sit in the comfort of his home, and I don't have to, meet him somewhere and drag him out somewhere. He can relax in the comfort of his home. And so with that being said, I see the picture behind you. I wanted to say of the universal flag of the nation of gods and earth, along with the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. But that's a nice picture that you got of the universal flag.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. I got four. Oh, Infinite Al Jamal. He did four. I got four classic pieces of representing the God Nation. One with the 120 he did for me. I got one with the God with the flag coming out of his head. Oh, brother, if they come to my house, since I have rare stuff in my house that represents the God Nation, I'm gonna tell you the only thing I got here represents the God Nation and the Nation of Islam. Rare stuff. I even got rare pictures of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, special made, brother. Priceless. You can't even get them today. Special made. Okay, on the wall, even Master Farad Muhammad. My house is a universal house, okay? And all the portraits in here represent the Nation of Islam and gods in earth, okay? Okay, and always put all these, the portraits of yourself, because when you create a universal atmosphere in yourself, this is what preserves you. This is what keeps you young and energetic and positive. You understand what I'm trying to say? Anything, always have even the blackboard. I got that up in my house of which one shall survive the war bomb and get everything. One day, Baba, when you come to New York, we'll take a tour and I'll let you video the whole house. It will blow their mind. Video the whole house. And I'm up. Now the reason why I'm upstairs in the house, but I want to do it downstairs in the garden, but it started raining. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's why I'm in the house. But I was gonna be down in the garden in front of the bushes of roses, and the tulips, and the orchids, and the flowers, because in the complex where I live at, they have the back is like a garden, brother. I mean, like the Garden of Eden, man. You understand? And that's where I want to do it at. But being that it started raining, I said, no, let me go upstairs and I'll do it in the house. Okay. But being that the screen, is only so big, I have to, you can't see everything. But I got priceless. What I have here, you won't find in too many places. Okay. It cost me, but I didn't play with Islam. Now, and this is what motivates me. This is why what keeps me determined with the teaching of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, because I will stand in front of the world and let the world know the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is a father I always wanted and never had, and he's my father to this day. You okay? He's my father. So when I'm speaking of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I got all rights to speak of him, because that's my spiritual father, and he's responsible for whatever I am or whatever I amount to be. He's responsible. And if you say, well, Melchizedek, his brother called me up last week. Well, Melchizedek, where is the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad? Now, this is no disrespect. Nothing personal. Generally speaking, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad lives in the mind of the true believers who carry his teachings into practice, word for word, right and exact. Don't add to it, don't take away from it. Just like he said it. When you see that believer, you're looking at the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And he's not on no mother plane. No disrespect, he's not on no mother plane. Never was, never to. We have every material, all the material that from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, from 1931 all the way up to 2075, 1975. We have everything, all his teachings, all his everything. And then not just me, there's other brothers out here that have just the same thing I have or more, because Melchizedek is not one individual. I want you all to understand that. Melchizedek it's an order. It's an order. There's other Melchizedeks out here. I'm just out front, but there's other Melchizedeks out here. And sometimes when I need further understanding of different things, I call another Melchizedek. See, what I might lack, he have. What he might lack, I have. So by us having an order, a circle of Melchizedek, we have everything. That's why nobody can challenge the Melchizedek. You're not going to find nobody out there to challenge Melchizedek. If you think anybody out there can deal with Melchizedek, you tell them, let Baba do an interview with both of us. Okay? And if they're not coming with the teachings of most honorable Elijah Muhammad, word for word, right and exact, don't add to it, don't take away from it, I'll squash them like a roach with the teaching of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's all I deal with. That's all I live for. Because I know these teachings is the best for our people. Is that we need this. Okay? This is something we want. We got to have. Okay? We can't do without. We need this because this is the only solution we have to our problem. And the reason why we're not where we want to be is because of the destructive force. Drinking alcohol. No drinking. If you're drinking, stop. Oh, I can't stop. I'm trying. How you gonna have universal, divine, supreme knowledge with understanding, and you can't stop drinking. You can't stop smoking. You can't stop eating pork. You can't stop eating meat. Come on. Okay? No alcohol, no drugs, no pork, no meat, and this here marijuana. What do you mean? Marijuana is drugs. What do marijuana do? It destroys your mind. It destroys your eye vision, destroys your lungs, destroys your heart. Come on, let's get the money that's wasted on these vices can build a nation. You understand? And you'll never get where you want to get, where we're supposed to go and be, if we still continuing with these negative, destructive forces, which is drugs, narcotics, and all these stores out there, these Arab stores that's selling alcohol, drugs, and tobacco, and pork to the people. Don't patronize them. Shut them down. If you don't patronize them, you shut them down. And seeing all you other Muslims who know that they're destructive forces and they're wrong, why do you support them? You say you say you are Sunni or you are Orthodox, but yet still your brothers across the street selling alcohol, drugs, and pork, all these things, and you go along with it because he said Assalamu alaikum. You're gonna pray with him because he said you're gonna go on Friday at Jumu'ah prayer and pray with the same person that's selling alcohol, drugs, and pork to the people, and you're gonna tell me you know the Quran, you know Allah, you know Prophet Muhammad. When Prophet Muhammad made a plain, 3 generations after me, you be no longer of me, and you're not of him. You're not carrying into practice his teachings, and you know it. Okay? Okay. And another thing, during the big demonstration and posters, I never seen, y'all wasn't out there. I didn't see nobody out there with a nightgown. I didn't see nobody out there with army boots. Or that grassroots was out there. It wasn't, y'all wasn't out there. Okay? You wasn't even in the mosque because the mosque was closed. Oh, let me break this down and then I'm going to let y'all go. When it comes to prayer, you need to understand the value of prayer. First of all, prayer is a personal communication between you and your Allah. You can't get up 5 o'clock to prayer. You got to get up 4 o'clock or 4:30. You got to bathe or shower before prayer completely. Not a twinkle around your ears and your nose and your eye. No. And rinse out your mouth. That's not ablution. You got to do the whole thing. A complete shower or bathe before you pray. You pray in the privacy of your home. Because when you pray in the privacy of your home, your prayer is a personal communication between you and your Allah. Okay? When you're out of your home praying in a group or a congregation, you don't know who you're praying with. You got a little everything out there. You got liars there, you got thieves there, you got homos there, you got perverts there, you got a variety of all kind of garbage there that you don't know. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's why you don't go into all that salat and rakats and stuff outside your home. There's nothing wrong with rakats, nothing wrong with salat, nothing wrong with your performance of prayer in the privacy of your home. Because remember, your prayer is a personal communication between you and your Allah, and you don't need nobody else around unless it's your immediate family. Okay? You don't need no officials around you when you're praying to Allah. All you need is you in Allah. And when you pray in that manner, in privacy, with your Allah, which is the personal communication, you will feel the presence of Allah and you will receive revelations from Allah. And that's why you'll be able to get vision and understanding of where you are and where you are on your way to be, and what you have to do to get where you want to go. So I love you. I respect you. Nothing against nobody. If I ever offended you or just in any kind of way, I humbly apologize, and it will never happen again. So always remember, only one God who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. Only one messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And nobody is qualified to take his place. He made it plain. No successors after me. So let's not flip. Let's not go into the fantasy world. Okay? Remember, one Allah, one messenger. The third one is you. And never put nobody between you and Allah.
Move the camera, Mel, so we can see you. There you go.
Never. When you say Almighty God Allah is number one. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad is number two. You, FOI or MGT or black people in general, is number three. Remember, one messenger, one Allah, and we're all followers. There is no big eyes, there is no little U's, there is no Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, ain't no idol worshiping, ain't no special Muslim, ain't no special brother, no special FOI, no special MGT, none of that. We all the same. One Allah, one messenger, and one believer. Bottom line. And don't you allow yourself to entertain anything else. And the name of the seat in this nation is the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's the name of the seat. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And you can't change it, because Muhammad means one worthy of praise and one praised much. And nobody is qualified to sit in that seat. Okay? Because that seat is a divine seat. And you can't handle it if you haven't paid your dues, if you don't have no track record, okay? And you haven't built no nation. Hey, don't disrespect yourself. Leave it alone. Don't put on shoes that you can't wear, okay? I would never try to put the shoes on Muhammad like mine. His shoes is too big for me. I'm a follower. I'm MELCHISEDEK Supreme SHABAZZ Allah, and I stand in front of the world and tell the world that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is a father that I always wanted and never had. And if it don't be for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at, and I wouldn't know what I know. And nobody can take his place. So please don't come that way, because I don't want to have to come at you with the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. On that note, Assalamu alaikum.
Peace. We out.